Nobody saw that. So I have absolutely no idea what happened with the sound quality in this recording, so I apologize, but here it is. What is up, my prideful peeps? I'm coming to you live from my office, where my setup has gotten just a slightly bit better. Hey, and I'll say this at the beginning, and I'll say it again at the end. Please make sure that you like this video and subscribe. I am trying to reach as many people as I can to show that you're not the only one going through this journey, and there's somebody else going through the journey with you, and whether you're at the tail end of it, just beginning, or smack dab in the middle somewhere, there's somebody going through the same process you are, and I want to be there for you as your support. So yeah, as you can see, I'm now wearing a sleeveless shirt. I've got a little bit of the muscles coming in, and I can do this. I've never been able to do that before. That was kind of weird. So it's been a little while since I posted. I've had some things change and some updates happen. I'm going into the actual office now for work a couple of days a week. It's a little bit more complicated to try and get my filming in the evening after commuting for an hour to and from. It makes it a little hard. Although I get really, really good ideas in the car. By the time I get home, I'm kind of sleepy and ready to kind of relax. Or I am busy doing my workouts or going on my walk and trying to get all of the stuff in during the day that I want to do before it's time to go to bed. So that's also an adjustment you have to look forward to when you are switching up your lifestyle. Sometimes you have to try and figure out what's going to fit in the best places with your schedule. For me, it's kind of been advantageous. Now that I'm going into the office, there's places where I can walk, so I can walk around and get my steps. And there's also a gym on site, so that makes things a whole lot easier when it comes to working out. So if I get there early, I can work out in the morning, or I can work out after work if I really want to. What I wanted to talk about with this video is goals and rewards and non-scale victories. Yeah, so one of the things that they tell you when you start to lose weight, and by they, I mean, I guess just people in the world, personal trainers, people from experience, Karen from down the street at the beauty salon.
Am I hopeless, Roger?
Nobody is hopeless in my chair, sweetie.
What they tell you to do is, based on who you're working with or who you've talked to, look at the scale every single day or don't look at the scale every single day. I have done both in the past. And what I'm finding is now that I am getting on the scale every single day, it has made it a little bit easier for me to figure out what works for me and what doesn't work. If something makes me bloat, if something doesn't, if I've been bad the day before, the scale reflects it and lets me know I messed up. And then I try and do a little bit better the next day. There's a certain level of accountability there that if you weigh yourself every single day, you make yourself look at those numbers. But that's why we're doing this. We want to lose weight, want to get healthier, and we want to do a lot of really awesome, great stuff. So, how do you make that work when you're dealing with the same healthy foods on a regular basis? Or you feel like you've gotten into a rut with your routine or your food or whatever you're doing, and maybe you're noticing differences and you're starting to feel a little bit better, that it kind of starts to slow down a little bit. The better you're doing, the less weight you actually lose. Every time I get into a groove, the camera decides it's going to turn off. Don't know why. I forgot where I was at. I totally forgot what I was talking about. Words that mean things. Yeah, so what do you do when you get stuck in that rut? Well, you kind of have to start making yourself look forward to things. Not only are you trying to establish goals for yourself, part of the reason why you want to make this sustainable is because you want to, do better things in your life. So why not incorporate that into part of your whole plan, part of your whole process? What I decided to do is make myself some specific goals. So when you're going through a process like this, it's really important to really set those goals for yourself, but also to reward yourself for achieving those goals. Like, you're going to have an overall long-term goal, and you're going to have smaller goals that you're going to achieve throughout the whole process. So why not celebrate those goals? I have chosen to get things for myself that are going to help my journey, but also make me feel good, because I really do enjoy this whole process of working out and getting healthier. I want to do things that are going to help support that. So the important thing is there's really three things that you want to look at. You want to look at your scale victories, because everybody knows that really is what the majority of people think about when it comes down to being healthy, is overweight, underweight, where do you fall on that scale? Pardon the pun. So knowing that you're achieving certain things and it's reflected by the scale really can give you some positive affirmation. You also want to look at NSVs. Non-scale victories are things like fitting into a pair of pants that you hadn't been able to fit into for a while. Or maybe you've shaved some time off of your walking when you're doing the same route every single day and you've done it a little bit faster. Maybe you didn't lose your breath after walking up the stairs at work. That's a big one for me, actually. 4 flights. Finally, after going for a couple of weeks and doing it every single day, I'm not getting winded after going up to the 4th flight. What you want to do is you want to be able to reward yourself. Non-scale victories are a little bit harder to reward yourself for because it's more of a qualitative thing. It's about the quality of your life and your experience versus a quantitative thing, which is quantity. It's something that can be measured and touched. Getting a little science on you. For me, quantitative is going to be the scale. That's going to be the best thing to do. I'm also going to be doing body measurements, but for me, I'm looking specifically at the weight. So what I have created, and I'll show you it now, because I'm a nerd. I'm a geek and I'm a nerd. There is a difference. I've created an Excel spreadsheet, which is my weight loss tracker. So what I did was I started back at week 1 when I really first started this process, even before getting involved with Trevor Ray training. I had my starting weight that I recorded at that point in time of 272 pounds. That was my week 1. And so what I did was I created a total number of, it's actually 65 weeks because I did 52 weeks from when I started with Trevor Ray training to give myself the full 12 months. So I really had 2 months of, just about 2 months of starting the process myself and seeing what I could do and realizing I could do it. And what my starting goal at that point was 2 pounds a week. I figured that was healthy, that was decent, that would work. So I was a little hit or miss on measuring myself during that period of time because I was not doing everyday measurements, and some days I would forget or weigh on other days, so I ended up reporting that. But I have my actual pound goal of where I should be. I have what my actual pound weight is at that point in time, and my weekly goal. From here, this was my original 2 pounds a week, and then after how much weight I lost during the detox diet period, I figured out around it was 1.27 or 1.28 because Excel rounds for you. And I just didn't feel like changing the settings. And then what I have here is this category, which is actually a formula that lets me know whether I'm on target. So I compare my actual pounds with my pound goal and see where I'm at. So I actually did lose 1.1 pounds down from this week. So this will let me know if I'm actually below where I should be at my goal. Because I'm at the 1.3 pounds per week, there are going to be some weeks where I'll lose more or lose less. If I have a week where I've lost 5 pounds and then the following week maybe I gain back another pound, I'm still at kind of a net 4. It still gives me a little wiggle room at that point in time, so that way I feel like I'm still working towards my goal, my target. My previous loss is just a comparison of the actual pounds versus the week previous, so I can actually see where it's at, and this is my total cumulative loss. So I have it stretching all the way down, and by July 4th, my goal is 180 pounds, 0.6. This really helps me, and I know I'm a nerd. I know I'm a complete nerd, but I like numbers, I like formulas, I like math, especially because this is something that I can look at and I can figure out and I can see the progress that I've made. If I'm looking back here and let's say that, I measured myself on Monday, maybe I went back up to 240. Looking at it here, I've still cumulatively lost, over 30 pounds, over 35 pounds. So a little bit of a backtrack isn't gonna make me feel as bad, but I can also track specific things and trends. So if I see that maybe at the beginning of the month I don't lose as well as I do towards the end of the month, maybe there's something that I'm doing at the beginning of the month that's not really helping my journey as much, or maybe I can see a week or two where I got really lazy and I can be like, okay, well now I know that maybe in the following weeks I need to step it up, maybe add another day of exercise, extend my walking. There are things that I can do to help that. So I really like it. I think it's cool, and if anybody likes it, I'll post a link to it, I guess. Yeah, maybe, if you really like it. Onto the goals and my rewards. These are technically scale victories, but each of my goals that I've selected is something that's going to help me in my weight loss journey or my transformation journey or my health journey. So what I did was I actually made a list of things that I would like to do or stuff that I know I'm going to need to do in the future to kind of help support this whole change. The first one you actually already saw. I shaved off that beard. Started to grow back. So I'm going to have to shave again, but I'm not like limiting myself to what I'm doing with facial hair. I'm not making myself grow a beard again, because that'd be silly. At 250 pounds, I cut off the beard. So that was my first one, which was awesome. The next goal that I set for myself was 240 pounds. I kind of decided on this 10-pound increment level because it makes a lot of sense. It gives plenty of time in between, so you're not like overly treating yourself, but shouldn't be so long in between the goalposts that you start to lose focus, and it still gives you something to look forward to. It's not like instant gratification, but it's quicker than kind of long-term gratification. Plus, it gets you adjusted to getting used to long-term gratification. So for 240 pounds, I couldn't think of anything. Actually, I thought of a lot of stuff, but I was already at like 244, I think, by the time I made this list in its entirety. So I decided I'm not gonna put something in there like immediately. I decided that I'm gonna look ahead. My 230 pound goal, which I'm getting closer to, is I want to buy the Ninja. I'm excited. I like the Ninja blender. Not like the assassin in the robes. I want the Ninja blender, and I want the Ninja blender that comes with the smoothie maker attachment. My mom got one a couple years ago, and it's awesome. And what I really like is that it has a much larger cup that goes with it, and when I make my smoothies, I like using a lot of ice. It really helps up my water intake. I think it makes it more smoothie-like. Although I love the NutriBullet that I'm currently using, it does seem a little bit small for me, and it is a few years old. And I have noticed that as I'm using it more, it chops things a little less better, and the motor started to make kind of a funny sound. So I decided that I want a new one. So at 230 pounds, I'm going to treat myself to the Ninja blender. Now, a lot of the things on this list are things that I'm going to purchase. But whatever you set for your goal, it doesn't necessarily have to be something that you're spending money on. It can be something that you just want to do. Like, for example, maybe when you get down to your ultimate goal weight, your ultimate goal is going to be going to the beach. Now, you don't have to spend a whole bunch of money on a hotel room or a vacation house or all the other, bits and pieces that come together with that. Spend a tank of gas and get in your car and drive to the beach for the day. And, wear your best swimsuit that you haven't been able to wear for years. Or, maybe you want to go on a hike. Maybe there's a place that you've always wanted to go to. If you're keeping up with the trend, a lot of these rewards are like exercise or wellness adjacent. One of the things that I figured out about doing this process is that you really have to get yourself into the groove of thinking about yourself as that new, healthy, active person. If you're going to treat yourself to an enormous chocolate cake, you're just defeated the purpose of everything you just did. Why would you do that? Especially since once you give a mouse a cookie, or you give a moose a muffin, or you give a turkey a chicken leg. I don't know, there's a series of children's books I haven't read in a while. Maybe I should research it. Okay, yeah, so if you give a mouse a cookie, I feel like there's another one. If you give a moose a muffin, I was right. And there's also if you give a pig a pancake. I wasn't aware of that one. But for any of you with small children, there's some new books you can read. But anyway, if you open up those floodgates and allow yourself to start eating the nasty crap again on the regular, especially if you're using it as a treat, and it's like a big treat, you're more likely to fall back into those habits. If you're going to treat yourself with something like that, have a piece of cake once in a while. Don't plan on eating an entire cake by yourself, or a massive pizza. A massive pizza. Like a 36-inch diameter pizza with pepperoni, sausage, bacon, extra cheese. Never mind, let's get out of that one. 230 pounds, Ninja blender. Let me get back on track. All right, so at 220 pounds, what I decided the next thing is going to be is new glasses. These glasses are good in that I can see out of them for the most part, but they get really, really dirty, and they don't have any of the anti-reflective coating stuff on them, and I'm not quite ready to try and start wearing my contacts again. So I decided I'm going to treat myself to new glasses. I actually use the website Zenni. I'm really, really happy with Zenni's products, and they've been fantastic. In the past, I've actually ordered like 4 pairs of glasses from them in the past few years. This was actually the first one that I got, and I didn't get any of that protective stuff on them, so these are like a $40 pair of prescription glasses, which is still like incredibly awesome price-wise. You just have to get your prescription from your eye doctor, plug it in, and make sure you do all of that stuff right. I have a pair of glasses sitting in my cart waiting for me to order them. Not only am I going to be able to get new glasses, they're going to be cool, they're going to be stylish, they're going to fit my head, and hopefully they won't reflect, so now you all can actually see my eyes instead of seeing this weird like fairy light that keeps dancing around. Unless you like the fairy light. I don't know. 210 pounds. I debated about this one quite a bit. I actually thought about throwing this one back at the 240 goal because it is something I'm going to need. New workout shoes. So I ended up buying this pair of shoes when I was shopping with my mom last weekend. They were really, really awesome. And I was looking for something that was kind of business casual, workout, office chic, where I'd be comfortable enough going on a short walk with them, but also would be good enough to wear at the office and not have any issues. I got them from Marshall's. They're really, really awesome, and I like them, but they're definitely not workout shoes. The 2 pairs of workout shoes that I currently have, they're both Skechers brand, and I like them, but my blue ones that are actually like walking running shoes are starting to get a tiny little hole in the bottom of the shoe, tiny little hole, and I feel like that hole is just going to grow, and they feel okay for the most part. I bought them a few years ago, and I really didn't end up using them a whole lot, and I've been using them a whole lot more now, but the sole I think is starting to wear out. So the other pair of shoes that I have, another pair of Skechers, they're a little bit bigger, they have a thicker sole, and they're great, but those ones are even older. I like them, but they don't seem to be lasting as long, and what I'm kind of thinking is I want to keep those shoes in a decent condition for like basic kick around shoes, and then I want to get something specific for working out. My trainer told me about this brand called On Cloud Swift On Cloud, Swifty Cloud, Cloudy McSwifferson. The name is down here. And they look really cool. And I actually found a really awesome pair that I liked. They were blue, because it's my favorite color. So I think I want to purchase those, but they are really expensive. They are an investment. So what I want to do is give myself a little bit more time to save up a little bit more money. So if I do purchase them, I'm not purchasing them instead of paying the electric bill or the water bill, because I don't want to become that person. I don't want to spend what should be life money on fun stuff and screw up my life, because it'd be great if I'm really, really skinny and fit, but if I don't have a house to live in, then that's not good either. At 200 pounds, the next goal is something that is not really wellness related, except for the fact that I'm doing this. I want to buy myself a new camera. 200 pounds is where I was at when I went to college freshman year. That was the first time I really felt like myself. I felt comfortable in my own skin. I ended up making a lot of really good friends and coming out of my shell, and I got to be the person that I wanted to be, and that's where I'm moving back towards. And I feel like 200 pounds is a really good goal for getting to that point. So I've got a couple of cameras that I'm looking at, a couple on my wish list. I've been watching a lot of other YouTubers and their camera reviews and seeing the equipment. It's not something that I want to just use for my blog videos. I am trying to get back into video production as well, so I want it to be something that I can transition to using both in-house as well as on locations for shoots, and it's easy enough to carry around, but good enough quality that I can still get really good shots with it and be able to do video editing. The next goal after that is 190 pounds. At 190 pounds, I've promised myself a new hairstyle. I don't know what that's going to be yet.
Gimme a head with hair, long beautiful hair, shining gleam.
I'm not sure if I'm going to let my hair grow out that long until I get to 190 pounds, or if I'm going to kind of just keep it trimmed up. I haven't quite made that decision yet. Luckily, that's not going to be a big change, but I feel like at 190 pounds, to where my body is currently and my hair the way that it is, I feel like cutting my hair at that point would show a dramatic change in my appearance. So I kind of feel like that would be good. Whether it's going to be from, scraggly Grizzly Adams, long, crazy hair, or my hippie look from college and shortly after. Yeah, seriously, people thought I was from California. And, that's kind of cool, I guess. I guess I've got kind of that California surfer vibe. Like, dude, totally. We should like totally hit the waves after work today. I don't know how that sounded. I apologize if I have upset anyone who might happen to live in California with my accent. I've never been there, so I really don't know what it's like. So then at 180 pounds, what I promised myself is brand new clothes, brand new wardrobe. Once again, because money is an issue and 180 pounds is quite a bit of ways away, it gives me plenty of time to save up money to buy new clothes. I think at that point it's going to be a necessity. I have some clothes that from the years past with both getting bigger and getting smaller, I can manage to wear for work or for, running around and doing other things. But until then, I'm kind of just dealing with what I have. The only thing that I've allowed myself to purchase clothes-wise more recently is if I desperately need something for work or I desperately need something for workout clothes. Most of the time, like with workout clothes, I can continue to wear this even if I become a stick. Well, I don't think my shoulders will shrink that much, so it should still stay up. If I do find that I do need some smaller shorts because they keep falling down while I'm trying to go for a run or something, I'm gonna do that because I don't really want to flash the neighborhood. You have to pay extra for that. So anyway, new clothes. And it doesn't necessarily have to be brand name clothes. I'm not looking for Prada. I just want clothes that I can walk into a store, see the size, see the price, and purchase it knowing that it's gonna fit me when I get home. It's a feeling that I haven't had for a long time, and I kind of had it when I went shopping with my mom the other weekend. There were clothes there that I could see that were like close to my size, and those will fit me. It'll work. I don't necessarily want to buy everything in extra large now. Once I get down to the size that is going to be healthy for me, clothing wise, plus weight, wellness, and fitness, and all of that other mess. And my final goal, and this is something that's going to take quite a while, is in doing my process of bettering myself with Trevor Rea training, once I complete a full year in his program with him and the other trainers that I'm working with, one other trainer, and get through a full year, 12 months of getting better. My personal goal is that I get to 180 pounds well before my year mark, which would be next end of June, beginning of July. I want to get to my goal before that, knowing that I still have a little bit of wiggle room in between. Anyway, once I've completed that year, I'm going to treat myself to an awesome vacation. I think what I'm going to do is go with my husband up to Provincetown and go stay up there for our anniversary in September. And that gives me also plenty of time to be able to save up for doing that as well. One of the reasons I want to go there is that's where we went on our honeymoon. And I had this awesome feeling. We went there right after I lost the weight originally from the wedding and got myself down a little bit healthier, and I just felt fantastic. Walking around and just being in this place that you're not afraid to be who you are. For me at the time, I thought that my insides were reflected by my outsides, and they weren't. And what I really want to do is go back there and experience that same feeling, but have it be legitimate, have it be real, and be able to walk down the street knowing that I'm confident in my own body, confident in my own soul. That's where I really want to be. So not to get like all touchy-feely with it, I think that would be a really good close on that chapter, beginning of the next chapter in my life. So anyway, that's a recap of where I'm at. I've told you a little bit about the goal planning process and what my goals are and where I plan to be in the future. Now that I've done that and done my recording, I need to go outside and do my walk before it gets too dark and enjoy the rest of my day. And don't forget, I really want to know, what have you done today to make you feel proud? Seriously, I don't know if anybody has really commented that yet or dropped me, a video or a line or something. Seriously, I want to know how you guys are doing or if this is helping you, because it's helping me, and it would help me even more to know that I'm helping somebody else out there, even just one person letting me know how you're doing. And once again, please don't forget, like and subscribe to my channel so we can be friends and you can see lots of videos and I can do more videos and it'll all be fun and we'll have a good time. Sound good? Thanks, guys. Peace out.